Welcome to Charleston, South Carolina, my place of birth. And we are standing right in front of the old Slave Mart Museum as it's known publicly. This location, as a child growing up, all the way as an adult, has a lot of memories of my familial roots. And those enslaved people, those individuals who were brought over from West Africa into the New World. And what you see right here is an example of individuals who were sold, purchased, and dispersed throughout the United States of America. This was not a location, what you see behind here, of friendly engagement. This was a place that helped build the South Carolina economy and, largely speaking, the U.S. economy. And it's important to highlight, too, as well, for this location. As I look here, this is one location of six others, or six separate locations of buildings that had included, at some point of time, a morgue, a location where individuals were auctioned. And that's important to highlight when we talk about a slave mart. Individuals were auctioned and sold throughout the United States. And at this location, this also was very important because in dates like in 1808, you had the banning of the international slave trade. But this is an example of that continuation, despite the desire to stop it in the U.S. carrying forward slavery throughout the United States. This history itself is one that I remember hearing from my grandparents, from cousins and aunts. But remember, this is one location out of many others throughout Charleston and throughout the Lowcountry. Here we are at the Gibbs Art Museum. Behind me, you see the works of Omar ibn Said, an enslaved African Muslim who arrives in the United States and in Charleston in 1807. And he is able to write what is titled as his Al-Hayat, the life, his autobiography. He was able to preserve this Arabic text, which was his sixth, seventh, perhaps eighth language that he had learned as a young child. And right here, we see that continuity of his experience here in Charleston, South Carolina. In the contemporary time, there's a resurgence or a renaissance happening within the Gullah-Geechee community. I'll give you two examples. Now, we have an emphasis of Gullah-Geechee language in primary and secondary school systems throughout Charleston and immediate areas. We have individuals like Sun Michaud, who is now a professor at Harvard University teaching Gullah-Geechee language. But that is not without challenges as well. Gentrification, land grabs are a massive concern throughout not just city center populations where Gullah-Geechee communities live, but on those Lowcountry islands, including in places like Hilton Head, Yemassee, and Beaufort, South Carolina as well. The question is, what is the future for those Gullah-Geechee communities? Where, as time moves on, will the language continue? Will houses be passed along? Will those folklore and storytelling still be preserved? That is a question in which communities and their elders are wrestling through at this time. I'll leave you with this final thought to consider. For Gullah-Geechee communities, their Muslim traditions of the past, along with other interfaith identities, is part of the full mosaic of what makes them distinct. It will be exciting to see what the next generation does for the future.